Greetings, fellow captains, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warships with the Hivehound. So, for those of you out there who missed it, the Wargaming live stream for the last patch updates, it has been confirmed that 100% aircraft carriers are coming. They didn't say when. They didn't say how deep they were into it, so don't ask me in the comments when they're being released, because I have absolutely no idea. But be sure as soon as we get some information on the upcoming carrier edition, that, you know, well, we'll definitely be on top of that. So, I thought I would have a try of carriers on PC. Now, fortunately, we have an incredibly special guest with us. I don't know if you heard him there in the background. That is, in fact, the Mighty Jingles. Okay, granted, it's just the Mighty Jingles Commander, but still, we need more DACA, according to Mr. Jingles himself. So, yeah, so that's pretty cool. So, we are playing the tier... Oh, I forget which tier this is. It's either tier 3 or tier 4. I think it's 3, the carrier, after the carrier's got reworked. The carriers are quite limited. It's like tier 3, there's no tier 4, then there's a tier 5, then there's no tier 6. Oh no, I know there's tier 8. So yeah, it must be 4, 6, 8 and 10. That's the one. Excuse me, I'm not a PC player. I used to play a lot on PC, but I focused mainly just on cruisers. I had terrible frames per second, but as you can see, we now have a pretty beefy PC, which allows me to do all this fancy editing work, and we're trying to use it to its best abilities. So, what do you need to know about aircraft carriers? Oh, they're super OP and they ruin the game. Now, do they? We'll see. I'll give my opinions. So we're using rocket attack planes. There's 3 types of planes that you can use in general. There's, as you can see, look how much damage a rocket attack plane does on a destroyer. Like, it's just a minor irritation, if anything else. So there's rocket attack planes, torpedo bombers, and dive bombers. And as you can see, hopefully we'll have a similar system. Basically, you run in, you head towards them, you drop your bombs, and you normally get the aiming reticle, and the aiming reticle shrinks the longer you hold it for. So that does make a difference on how accurate you can or cannot be. So I'm struggling after playing I played quite a few games in the carriers. This was the first one that I had that I think I really managed to like highlight, you know, the good attack points of a carrier. Most of the time I sucked massively. I just completely sucked. So the main advantage, spotting. Obviously you get a massive spotting advantage. So we're in torpedo bombers now, and we're looking for targets. As you can see, we're getting instantly shot up by AA from everything. I know the AA is a bit weird in World of Warships Legends, and we're trying to literally drop those torpedoes directly on top of that battleship, and yeah, we miss. Like I said, I'm not good at this. I've not done this before. Leave me alone with all your bloody anti-aircraft fire. That autopilot mode disabled is basically due to the fact that instead of basically sailing around in your aircraft carrier, because you're controlling the planes on PC, you can basically just tell the map, go on the map and go, right, here's where I want to go, and we actually get a successful torpedo hit. But how much damage? Yes, that's right, you're not getting hit by 15,000 damage, or, you know, alright, low tier 4, you know, 12,000 damage per torpedo, like you get on from the destroyers. The torpedoes are much smaller because they've got to be fired from an aircraft, and also much weaker. So we're on to the I believe this is the dive bombers. No, it's not. We're back to rocket attack planes. So you can see we're getting our aiming reticle there, and well, we miss. Absolutely nothing achieved whatsoever. And this was what I'd consider a good carrier game. I'm not a carrier player, in all fairness, and yeah, we completely missed them. Our attack run was miles off. So we zip back to our carrier, and this time we're going to take out the I forget the symbols, I'm not gonna lie. These are in fact the dive bombers. So here I am controlling the map now. I'm looking at the map and I'm going, right, okay, I want to get away from here. I want to head over in that general direction. Because well, the enemy are pushing, and the enemy are pushing quite hard. So, and see, yeah, you're spammed by AA constantly. You can see the flak cannons going off. The control system, you don't have anything to do with elevation. You basically just turn left and right, and then pull the trigger when you want to start your attack run, and release it when you want to finish the attack run. So here we go. Here's our dive bombers going in. As you can see, there's a timer counting down, and a hit to a citadel. Now, how much did that get us? 6,000 damage. Not exactly much to write home about. But citadels are incredibly difficult to get. I have been told this. I was told by a proper World of Warships player that occasionally drops into our chat that wow, you've got a citadel on a battleship with a dive bomber. That's unusual. So take that into account, and well, that massively helps me towards my my overall performance in this game. So, granted, I found it quite interesting. You know, I'm guessing, you know, as you get through higher tiers, they are obviously going to become more and more powerful as we start a torpedo run here, and oof, off we go. Torps in the water, and we score one hit for the grand total of I'm trying to see that 7. So we hit both two. Yes, your torpedoes do what, like 3,000 damage. It's hardly anything to write home about. And I think a lot of the worry is oh my god, we're going to get spammed by even more torpedoes, and their damage is just going to be huge. The damage isn't going to be huge. The torpedoes from planes are a little bit weaker, shall we say. A lot weaker, they are. Undoubtedly. So basically, from what I can tell, and this is something that I probably, hopefully, we'll get some good CV players jump in and correct us on this. So you want to sort of aim forward, as you can see there. That was actually like quite a good hit on that destroyer. But then, damage-wise, we didn't really do a massive amount. And you know, a couple of hundred. So, essentially, from what I can work out, rocket attack planes are really good against destroyers. Not that I can really probably find out it's rocket attack planes I should be using on cruisers. Torpedo bombers is primarily battleships. Obviously, they're torpedoes. They're not the easiest things in the world to aim. So you definitely want to focus on that. We're still experimenting here. I'm trying to use dive bombers on a destroyer, and we miss and score absolutely nothing. But fortunately, our teammate take him out. We wanted to focus on him because he was getting close to us and was, you know, becoming a bit of a threat to our carrier. So yeah, so the rocket attack planes for destroyers, dive bombers for cruisers, sometimes battleships. Because sometimes, like I said, we can actually citadel them, but that's apparently an extreme rarity. And you use your torpedo planes to take on battleships. So there, see, we used our dive bombers on a battleship. We hit him square in the centre of his ship, and essentially done not much at all damage-wise. We're up to like 29,000 damage. Now, the tier 4, it's our tier 3. You know, 20,000 damage. I don't think that's impressive by anyone's standards. So we're trying something sneaky here. Can we use an island to reduce our cone? And we can, but I don't think there was enough room. We dropped our torpedoes, but obviously you have that cone. Unlike torpedoes, your aiming reticle on your torpedo ships show you where your the reticle shows from where your torpedoes are active. Unlike that, on planes they have an active period when they're actually after they've been released, actually when they're in the water. So as we dive down now, hopefully we'll do it soon. So see that cone, right? So that shaded area at the front, I think at least, is like the torpedo activation period. So you can't just drop a torpedo right on top of them. There is that space, which is why when we try going over that island and go, oh look, we drop him right on top of this guy, it didn't work. We basically because that activation range, we dropped them in the water right, well, on the island right in front of him. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to the conversation in the chat below about people's opinions on carriers. There's a lot of opinions, people saying that, oh, they're overpowered, oh, they ruin the game. When I was queuing up for this, there was more people queuing up in aircraft carriers than any other class of ship. So obviously people enjoy playing them. I think they're fun. Are they the be all and end all? You know, are they gonna? Does this destroy the game? When, you know, all right, I'm not good. Maybe a good CV player with you know, many moons of experience can do significantly more damage, but you know, not everyone's an awesome aircraft carrier player, and particularly on World of Warships, you know, it's going to take a while. Like, I'm just getting absolutely chewed up by AA, and this is a tier 4. This is before ships get good AA. And there we score a couple of more hits with our dive bombers. Back off to our carrier. As you can see, my team is losing, and it's not just losing, it's losing pretty hard. Everyone's backed up into one corner. The enemy pretty much surrounding us everywhere, and well, I don't know, maybe it's because they had a really bad aircraft carrier player. There is always that to take into consideration. And what are we up to? 36,000 damage. You know, I'm not going to scream and shout about that. And here we go. Boom. Torpedoes away. And we score another hit. And like I said, what was that? 4,000 damage? Yeah. Again, like I said, I think a lot of our fears come from PC players who don't like aircraft carriers, complaining about them all the time, which I get. It's fair enough. If you don't like them, you don't like them. I hate destroyers at the moment, particularly in our tier 7 battles at the moment, and you've seen what, like 5, 6, you know, Yadachis. I've seen 8 Yadachis in one match. There's 4 Yadachis per team, you know. So yeah, where's the irritating meta at the moment? Alright, it's great if you're a Dachi player and you like destroyers, but if you like battleships, it's an absolute nightmare out there. So I think the aircraft carriers, because they can spot DDs, if you've got a good aircraft carrier player, you know, that's trying to look out for your battleships, I'm not looking out for anyone in this game. I am purely looking out for number 1. I'm just trying to survive as we actually claw back a bit of a lead ship-wise. But yeah, so, you know, aircraft carriers can, in fact, hunt down destroyers. You can keep them spotted. Alright, your rocket attack planes aren't going to do massive damage, but you can stop them advancing on your battleships. I think you're going to find this is reliant on cruiser players, in all fairness, because cruiser play will become a lot more important, because it's always the cruisers that have the really good AA. And then we score a juicy citadel, which scores us 7,000 damage. Now you think how long it takes me to get my planes up, how long it takes me to get out, how long it takes me to turn to get into an attack run, just to score 7,000 damage. And yes, this is where it all goes tits up. And we score another citadel, but we are now the last ship left alive in our team. We have a distinctive points disadvantage, a distinctive ship disadvantage, and we've probably got a bit of a skill disadvantage, because this is my 5th game in an aircraft carrier. So time is also slowly but surely running out in this match as well. There's just, well, saying that, there's about 4 minutes left remaining. This isn't Legends, this is PC. The time frame for a match is 20 minutes, not 15. So our carrier is detected, which is why we've got the detected symbol, but we've got it sailing away. I don't think there is much more we can do about that, and we've just got to head over towards their last known and basically throw out as many planes as we possibly can and try and kill them as quickly as we can. They're both relatively healthy ships. I don't know if I exactly took the right course there, but alright, we hit him, didn't set any fires, didn't really do a lot of damage. Yeah, didn't particularly help ourselves all that much. Again, we score a single hit, not doing massive amounts of damage. I'm not gonna lie, I am at this point shitting myself. I'm the last one left alive. I'm in a carrier. I'm new to it. There are 2 ships bearing down on me, and we're just trying our best. We're just chucking whatever planes we've got available up, and trying to cause as much damage as we can. Obviously, this cruiser here seems to be the biggest pain in the ass, and look at the incoming AA and flak fire. So I mean, this is what's going to happen. It's down to cruiser players. If the cruiser players support their battleships, it's going to make life a lot harder for the aircraft carriers. You're going to see more, well, at least with the experienced players, you're going to see more people building divisions around supporting each other, because that is a big thing that I think is missing from this game, is you don't see an awful lot of teamwork. As you can see, we completely fucked up that attack run. That's why I just abandoned it halfway through. We started it way too early, and we just dropped our bombs. We're like, yeah, let's get out of there. So we've got more rocket attack planes ready. That's the other thing as well. When your planes get shot down, there's a cooldown period of when they can come back into the game. So we're diving in, rocket attack planes. Again, we score some hits, but you know, we're not really doing much damage. I think more or less we're just annoying this guy. I think he's even given up on trying to kill us. He's just finding it highly amusing that this CV player doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Or have we just... Oh, actually, we have just managed to sneak out. We've caused him to turn and twist so much that he has actually lost sight of us. But they're capping our base. It's getting halfways. Time is running out. And, well, quite simply, I just cannot cause enough damage to win the match. So, is a carrier by itself overpowered? Definitely not. Why I've switched targets here is because they're capping our base, and when we hit them, we reset their capture points. So my plan was hit him, reset our capture points, but they have actually both left our flag. All they want to do is kill me, and we catch him with one torpedo. And now we just decide, we'll go for the easy target, but that's the end of the match. Time is up. And although surviving by 20 minutes, constantly having planes out, I only managed to rack up about 60,000 damage. 60,000 damage, a couple of citadels. So you look at the detailed breakdown. I didn't even come top of my team with all that. So, yeah. My thoughts on the carriers. They're coming, so get used to it. Whether you like it or not, carriers will be there. Counter of carriers is, well, the AA. Smash them with AA. Use your American battleships and your American cruisers. The British cruisers have pretty good AA defense as well. I'm hoping we see a rework of the AA stuff, so it's back in the game and we actually get to see how good it is. But do I think it's going to ruin the game like a lot of people say? No, I don't think so at all. I think it'll be good. I think it'll help promote some a bit more teamwork. There's too many lone wolves. If you're going to sit there at the back of the map in your Jean Bart or your Iowa, then you're probably going to get absolutely wrecked. So you're going to have to push forward. You're going to have to support your cruisers, and your cruisers are going to have to support you. And personally, am I looking forward to it? Yes, I am. But, you know, there's some... I'm holding some reservations because I just want to make sure... I'm just hoping that they do it right. And in all fairness, they've been pretty good to us on console. We haven't really had any ridiculously overpowered ships or anything coming out. You know, all the premium stuff seems to be, you know, reasonable. There's, you know, okay, the Adachis might be a bit overpowered, but, you know, the Chapayev came out, that was a bit overpowered, so they've nerfed that and they fixed that really quickly. So I'm quite excited for the future, and quite excited for these upcoming carriers. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll have a bit of a discussion. And well, until next time, take care.